Shalom Chavrim, I'm Stephen Ben-Nun. You're watching Israeli News Live. We do have breaking news this evening, even though the information is still a bit sketchy. There are reports coming out of Syria. The Syrian government is claiming that the Israeli government has been launching air raids, bombing the T-4 air base there inside of Syria, the northwest part of Syria. I believe that's near Homs, Syria, is where that actually is. According to the Japanese Times.com, they are reporting that the Syrians have claimed that they have actually struck one of the Israeli planes, warplanes there, that had launched the attacks, and of course with their anti-aircraft missile defense shield were able to drive out the Israeli offensive against the base there. There has been also statements coming out that there have been Iranian soldiers killed at the base, which is something that President Bashar al-Assad has denied, saying that there were only officers that were there working with his military. Of course, it could be that it was Iranian officers that were killed at the base there. There's other images coming out. We have this one here on the Middle East Eye showing the defense shield going up. And explosions up in the air, striking back at the missiles that are coming in from Israel at the T-4 air base. And of course, one other bit of concern is that Prime Minister Netanyahu has stated before that if Syria uses its anti-aircraft missile defense shield against Israeli warplanes targeting Iranian targets in its country, they would attack the Syrian government, and including assassinating President Bashar al-Assad. Kind of always made me wonder about Ben-Hadad in Syria back in biblical times when the house of Israel, when Elisha, the prophet, said that he would recover, but that he would also die. And of course, I've always looked at this as a compound fulfillment, that there would be an evil, wicked king of some evil descent there, whether it be Al-Qaeda, Al-Nusra militant there, that would end up assassinating President Bashar al-Assad in modern days, whereas Elisha knew that Ben-Hadad was not that bad of a guy to start with. And when he saw that the man that was going to replace him and how cruel and evil he was vexed in his heart and wept bitterly over what that new king would actually do to the children of Israel. I'm sure that will repeat in modern history. Once they have Assad out of the way, they will end up putting in one of the murderous thugs of Al-Qaeda, Al-Nusra, or even one of the white helmets that will turn on the Israeli people. But after all, they don't care about Israelis. They only care about a New World Order agenda. The jubilation will soon come to an end, no doubt, when all this begins to fulfill itself here. Just quickly, let's just see if there's any updates on this particular attack since this has started there. I don't know if there's anybody else speaking about this as of yet. We're just still seeing the Middle East Eye. 2 minutes ago, Syria says Israeli strikes targeted T-4 air base. Israel has grown deeply alarmed at expanding clout of the archenemy Iran during the 7-year war in neighboring Syria. And again, to me, I hate to say it, friends, but I think it's just an excuse to be able to take out President Bashar al-Assad. After all, the Saudi government has spent millions and millions of dollars trying to take this man out. And as we know, the relationship between Prime Minister Netanyahu and the Saudis, they're going to work together nonetheless in order to justify taking down Iran. And Israel wants Assad gone, so does the Saudis, and they're not going to stop until they have actually done that. Anyway, that's all I can see right now on that. Still an early story. Again, the Israeli military accused by the Syrian government of launching airstrikes on the T-4 military air base in Homs, Syria. I'm Stephen Ben-Nun. You're watching Israeli News Live. Don't forget, support the broadcast. We do need your help in keeping this on the air. IsraeliNewsLive.org or Patreon.com/Israeli News Live. Erev Tov.